Hey! So this is actually my second time filming the video because for some reason my dumb ass still doesn't know how to use the mics, and the first version I filmed just didn't have any audio. I was literally yapping for like 30 minutes. I'm so passionate about this stuff that I am more than happy to yap for another 30 minutes for you guys. This video is about how I completely transformed my body shape. Like, I'm a whole ass new person. If you're an OG, you've watched my video on how I lost my stubborn belly fat like 3 years ago. Well, guess what? I didn't stop there. We kept going. And let me tell you, we unlocked something new. Like, I still look at my picture today, I'm like, who is she? How is this even possible? Everyone should know what I'm about to say. Whether you want to grow your glutes, you want to tone up, you want to lose arm fat, whatever it is, what I'm about to tell you is going to help you. I started my fitness journey 4 years ago. I used to hate working out. I used to think working out, fitness or whatever, it was so hard, it was so complicated. Turns out the fitness industry was just doing a really good job of making it seem hard and complicated by not telling you what you need to know. What you need to know is science. Basic science, and once you know the science behind everything, I promise you everything is going to be so much easier. I'm going to tell you everything I've learned mentally and physically in the last 4 years, so you can do the same or make your journey easier. Let's have a little background story. Back during the COVID lockdown, I was just not happy with myself. My lifestyle was pretty damn shit. I was not doing well mentally. I felt isolated, sitting on my ass all day, did not move my body, ate like shit. I was like using food as my comfort because I just didn't have anything else going on for me until one day I woke up. Wake up call. What are you doing? Take care of yourself. I just woke up one day, decided to start working out. The key to completely transforming your body is something called body recomposition. This is not a new trend. It's not a miracle. It's not a cheat code. Body recomposition simply means changing the composition of your body by building muscle and losing fat. Period. You want to tone up, you want to grow your glutes, whatever it is, it's all about doing body recomposition. Toning is not a thing. I used to think like you can just tone my muscles and make them tighter. No, if you want to look toned, you need to have more muscle on you and less fat. We all have muscles, like including your abs. We all have abs. You just have to lose that fat on top. And this is where body recomposition comes in. And I'm going to explain everything you need to know. As I'm explaining this, I'm going to be using my journey and what I've gone through as an example. I feel like I've gone through eras in my journey. Like, first it was yo-yo diet, and then skinny bitch, and then muscle mommy, and then hybrid. So I feel like by walking you through every single step of my eras or the stuff I went through, every single one of you is going to kind of fall in one of the eras, so you can kind of learn where you're sitting and how to level up. Body recomposition requires two things: your diet and training. And let me emphasize the nutrition aspect. If you have the best workout plan in the world, but you don't fix your diet, it's like trying to bake a cake with the best recipe book, but you don't have the ingredients. You're not getting a cake. It's really that fucking simple. Started my fitness journey, I just wanted to lose weight. I wanted to get skinny. I was eating healthy. I was trying keto diet. I tried this new diet, and then guess what? It never sticks. I can never stick to it because I was not enjoying myself, and then I just eat all my way back. And I was sick of it. I was eating healthy, but gaining weight. It's like, what the hell? And then I researched the science behind fat loss and weight loss. Turns out the missing key was my nutrition. It was the calories I was consuming. Calories in, calories out. If you eat less calories than what your body burns, you'll lose weight. I did a whole video about that, linked here, how to lose fat, the science behind calories. Please go watch that. The second part is your protein intake. Eating more protein is key to maintain muscle. If you want to get toned, you don't want to end up skinny fat, you want to keep the muscle, up your protein intake to at least 0.7 to 1 gram protein per pound of body weight. So you have calories, protein. Now let's talk about training. I realized that the fitness industry really hates us women. I promise you it hates us because it literally tells you not to lift weights or it will make you bulky. Why is no one telling you that if you want to get toned, you need more muscle on you? Why is no one saying that when you get older and you want to minimize muscle loss, you need to start doing weightlifting? Why is no one telling you that women are at a higher risk of osteoporosis and weightlifting can prevent that by increasing your bone density? Do you see what I'm saying here? The fitness industry is designed to make you fail. Don't listen to what the fitness industry is telling you to do. Everything it is telling you to do is misleading you because that's how they profit. All you need to do is learn the science. Go to reliable sources, learn the science. Let's go back to when I first started my fitness journey. I just felt fat, okay? I just hated myself. I kind of started out of self-hate, But let's be real, you only learn self-love if you start with self-hate. You can't know what self-love is without self-hate. So this is my first era. I call it the yo-yo dieting. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So I had gained a bunch of weight because I was just stuffing my face with food, not moving my body. One day I woke up and I was like, let's fix this. So I literally was doing like my little winter arc during COVID. I woke up at 5 a.m. when it was still dark out, dry scoop pre-workout, and hit my basement and did like dumbbell workouts, body weight workouts, walking, running, like walking and running. But most importantly, I fixed my diet. I started eating in a caloric deficit, and guess what happened? In just 4 months, I lost a shit ton of body fat, and I completely transformed my body. Yeah, I pretty much lost like 15-20 pounds, posted a video on here explaining how I did it, and everyone's like, whoa, why did no one tell me this before? Again, the fitness industry does not thrive if it tells you this stuff. Just learn the science yourself, do your research, or take notes here. But let me tell you, I was consistent. One thing you need to understand about going into your fitness journey is that you need to be consistent. You need to find something that you can do for months and years. It's not just about doing it for a week or two and then giving up. The reason why you keep giving up is because you're trying things that are not supposed to be sustainable. You're just chasing after quick fixes. That's not gonna work. You need to accept that you need to change your whole lifestyle. Your body is a manifestation of your habits. If you use toxic habits to get to that body, let's say you start eating 500 calories a day, 2 hours of cardio every day, you're gonna be miserable. The new body you got, you're not gonna be able to maintain it because the habits you used are not maintainable. They're not sustainable. You wanna build sustainable long-term habits to maintain long-term results. I lost a bunch of weight, but then I realized, damn, I actually got pretty damn small. I did not feel too strong. I felt like shit because I was always just in a calorie deficit, doing a shit ton of cardio, getting too small. Something was off. I was just getting obsessed with it. And I was like, you know what? Skinny doesn't make you happy. This takes us into my second era. I call it the skinny bitch era. That's when I went from like doing the cut, I got obsessed, trying to get skinny, and then I was like, this doesn't work. Like, yeah, I look skinny, but the lifestyle I was living did not really fulfill me. There must be something out there. And this is when I started my second bulk, and then I went into my third era. I call it the muscle mommy era. Cardio is gonna help you lose weight, it will help you lose fat, but sometimes you're just gonna end up being skinny fat. We don't want that. You wanna maintain muscle by doing weightlifting, and this is where I started focusing more on working out in the gym and lifting weights, and especially eating more. So yeah, I did my first cut, got super skinny, got tired of that. Now I did a bulk. The whole point of a bulk is to put on muscle and gain weight. But the thing about bulking is that you have to go into a caloric surplus, which means you will be gaining fat. You can minimize the fat gain by not going into crazy calorie surplus, like something around 100 to 50 calories above your maintenance. However, the whole point is if you really want to just maximize your muscle gains, grow your glutes, bulking is optimal, but you can also do a maintenance. But let's talk about the bulk because I did end up gaining a bunch of weight, and then I did another cut. And then when I do the cut, the whole point is I want to maintain as much muscle as I can while losing the fat that I gained on the bulk. So in a way, we are doing body recomposition because after 2 cycles of cutting and bulking, I'm going to end up with more muscle on me and less fat. Like the second time I did the cut, it was probably like the leanest I had ever been on my fitness journey, but it was really exhausting. Like the way I did it is like I was getting like 20k steps every day. I was in a calorie deficit. I felt like shit, did not have enough energy to lift. So sometimes you can see people online, they're shredded, whatever, but then do you really know the story behind it? Do you really know what's going on, how they're feeling? Didn't fully open up about that because I was just really focused on it. I was like, let's get it, whatever. But looking back, I was like, damn, here's the downside in that. I didn't have an ass. My ass was flat as hell. And that's because I was not lifting. I didn't have the energy to lift. So I was like, you know what? Let's bulk again. This time though, I bulked properly, and when I tell you my ass doubled in size, I was like, where did that come from? Where did that come from? So this is a prime example of why bulking really helps you put on muscle and why being at a caloric deficit all year does not work. Being shredded all year is not that sustainable for everyone. So yeah, I did the bulk. And this summer, I did something different. Instead of doing an aggressive cut, I did body recomposition at a slight calorie deficit, and it was the best decision ever. That's because it literally allowed me to slim my waist, lose fat, while still maintaining and building my glutes at the same time. And I was like, this is new. So like for the past 3 years, I was bulking, cutting, and like, you know, it has its downsides until I realized, what if I do something that's in between and not take it too aggressive, so I can do both at the same time. What I did this past summer is I also started incorporating running. This is when I transitioned from my muscle mommy era of only doing weightlifting, I hate cardio, whatever, to running. Once I started incorporating running into my routine, when I tell you my body was changing in ways I never thought possible, I was like, whoa. So running in combination with weightlifting and eating the right macros for your goals, I'm telling you, crazy shit happens. So this is what I call my bad bitch era, because I realized that for the past 3 years, I was kind of doing this out of self-hate. And I've finally learned how to love myself, because you know how like sometimes you just love yourself conditionally. I'm only gonna love myself if I look the certain way. I'm only gonna love myself if I lift 20 pounds. If you keep that mindset, whatever body you have, you're never gonna be satisfied. You're never gonna truly love yourself unless you detach your worth from what you look like. And this is why I started running. I got bored with lifting. I was like, okay, my body looks great. I'm happy with it, but now what? I looked for something that really pushed me out of my comfort zone. Really, it was like, running is like a different mental game. It's like you versus you. It's really nice to just see how far you can push yourself and really just keep going, even though your body's saying no, your mind is saying yes. And this is why I wanted to start coaching. I realized that most people are really starting their fitness journey out of self-hate. I want to teach you guys how to do this out of self-love. I want to teach you guys how to find a balanced lifestyle that makes you happy. Fitness is not supposed to be miserable. Fitness is called fitness and wellness. It's supposed to make you feel happy. It's supposed to make you feel healthy. It's supposed to make you feel confident and comfortable in your own body. And you can do that by 1, actually eating enough, 2, following the right plan, 3, following a plan that you enjoy. It's not about getting the results as quick as possible. It's more like, hey, am I enjoying the process? Am I learning about myself more? Am I doing stuff that align with what I want? So when it comes to setting your fitness goals, really take the moment to sit the fuck down and ask yourself, why are you doing this? Are you doing this because you hate yourself so much? Or maybe are you doing it because you know there's something better out there? You want to see what's on the other side. You want to unlock the other side. I feel like I unintentionally did that in the past 4 years, but I've grown so much mentally that I'm like, wow, I have been doing things for the wrong reasons, and I wish I had known this sooner. But again, fitness is a journey. You can't skip steps. You can't get to this point without going through the self-hate that I mentioned at the beginning. When you run through it, I went through yo-yo dieting, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, skinny bitch era, muscle mommy era, yeah, let's go, let's put on some muscle. And then my hybrid era is what makes me truly happy, because I'm working on myself, not just to look good, but I also feel good. I also have performance focused goals. Like for example, I signed up for a high rocks race. A high rocks race is when you go through like 8 stations, run a kilometer between each station, and you're doing shit like sled push, sled pull, walking lunges. That race makes you question why the hell you're even doing it. Like when I was doing it, I was like, oh my god, this is way harder than I thought. And it was like the epiphany of the you versus you moment. It was the epiphany of like, you got this. You can do it, because no one's gonna do it for you. Thinking back that I did a high rocks race this summer is mind-blowing to me, because it really just proves that do not limit yourself. Always think big, always dream big, but also know that you can't know what's on the other side unless you step out of your comfort zone. Change can be very hard, but it's so much easier if you have a plan, if you set a clear intention of why you're doing this and how you're going to do this. And that's why I started online coaching. I just really want to make this easy, and I don't want you guys to be miserable doing fitness. Fitness and wellness and taking care of yourself is one of the best things you can do to maintain yourself physically and mentally. Fitness, working out literally has the same effect as freaking antidepressants. This is why I preach this. This is why I want to share this. And this is why I started online coaching. I want to make fitness simple and fun by giving you the plan you need, by giving you the guidance you need. It's like teamwork. We're going to be building a lifestyle for you. We're going to be building long-term habits. So by the time you're done working with me, you don't need to listen to people online telling you what to do, because you know what you're doing. You know what works for you. There's no one-size-fits-all plan for everyone. This is your own journey. Do not compare your journey to mine. Do not compare your journey to people you see online. Everyone is on their own path. It is a learning journey. You're always going to discover new things about yourself. Always keep pushing out of your comfort zone. And don't set a timeline on it, because I didn't really set a timeline for myself. I didn't know I could do this in 4 years, but I just kept going and I trusted the process. I am having a Black Friday promotion, and it's the best promotion of the year on my online coaching. You guys can book a free consultation with me through this link to learn more about it. I really hope this was helpful. There's one message I want you to take away, is that Fitness is not supposed to make you miserable. If it is making you miserable, you're just doing it wrong. Trust me, it does get easy, but you do have to put in the work and really transform yourself within before seeing the changes without. You can have the best plan ever, but if your mindset is not in the right headspace, you will never be satisfied. I love you guys.